Sayyidina Umar al-Khattab, he saw they have a lot of increase in the camels, and then somebody said قل بفضل الله وبرحمته. He mentioned this ayah, say by the bounty, by the rizq of Allah and His rahmah, they should be happy. He means like we have a lot of money here. He said كذبت, you lied. قل بفضل الله وبرحمته. This is by the ni'mah of the Islam and the Quran. Like it's not the money. The ayah refers to the Islam and the Quran. This is exactly the case of the situation of the Muslims who do not try to do as much of ibadah, and they are missing a lot. Like somebody, he said, I used to pray, and then he said, I have a guest. When you have a guest, then the guest has some rice, like you need to feed him, all this stuff. And then he said, I was late. After he finished the food and then he left, and then I go try to find one of the masajid in Iraq, so I can pray Jama'ah. And then he said, I went to a lot of masajid, then all the masajid they finished Jama'ah. And then he said, because of the Jama'ah, I'll go pray at my home 27 times. And then he pray Isha 27 times. It's too much, huh? And then he said, I saw a dream. Allah, we're missing a lot. He said, I saw a dream that night as if some people, they are riding horses and I'm running behind them. And then the last one of those people who are riding the horses, and he seemed like I'm just running behind him so fast. He said, you know what? You are still behind us and you will be behind us. And he asked him why. He said, because we pray in Jama'ah and you pray by yourself. So even praying 27 times, it did not help him. So the hadith of Rasulullah ﷺ that like Salatul Jama'ah تفضل صلاة الفذ ب27 درجة. The salah in group in the masjid is better than when you pray by yourself 27 times, and in some hadith, in a different hadith, 25 times. So the scholars, they say for Dhuhr and Asr is 25 times, but for Fajr and Maghrib and Isha 27 times, because of the recitation of the Imam loud for the Quran, the barakah of the Quran. Anyway, this was not what I'm going to talk about. I was expecting more young people who are all young, huh? So it's we'll make it very short. SubhanAllah, the Sayyidina Umar al-Khattab, they say during his time, they found the young boy who was learning about magic and learning about religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the magician and from the person who used to worship Allah by himself according to the religion of Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. They say that they found him the same spot. The Prophet ﷺ, he said the arrow went to his face, to one side of his face, and then they found him putting his hand the same way he was putting in his face when he died, like as a karama for the shaheed, like one good small miracle for the shaheed. Like they say most of, like it's one of the karama, one of the small miracle for the shaheed, that their body does not dissolve in the grave. There is no hadith or ayat says about that, but they say most of the shuhada, the earth does not eat their body. But there is one hadith that the prophets, their bodies, the earth does not dissolve their bodies. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. And there is one incident that Sayyidina Talha ibn Ubaidillah, He died when he was around 60. They say 62 or 64. This is what they say. In the battle of the camel, you know the camel, when Lady Aisha went to separate the Muslims between the followers of Sayyidina Ali and those followers of Sayyidina Muawiyah. They were asking for the retaliation, for the revenge of those who killed Sayyidina Uthman ibn Affan. Sayyidina Ali, he said, they are around 12,000 people, them and their tribes. It's going to be a big fitna for the Muslims, not right now. Sayyidina Muawiyah and Lady Aisha and Sayyidina Talha, they said, no, we need to get those people. They killed the one, the Nurayn, the one who has two lights, the two daughters of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The retaliation, this is in Islam. Sayyidina Ali, he said, no way we can do this right now. This is big fitna. Anyway, they make, and then Lady Aisha went there to make it calm down, to separate between the two Muslims. Sayyidina Talha ibn Ubaidillah, he was killed during that battle. Battle, and then they buried him by close to the river Euphrates. And after 30 some years, they say that he came to one of his grandchildren and he said to them, come and remove me from that spot because the water is hurting me. They say that when they went to his grave and they opened the grave and they found his body, it's the same way, except the part that under when you sleep on it toward the Qibla, the part that you are sleeping on it, he said like some greenish stuff from that water, and then they removed him to a dry area. So this young boy, he was going to the magician, was going to the monk. Then he said, today, like what happened during his time, like they say a big animal, they say it's either a lion or a big snake, but mostly they say it's a lion. And then he said, today I will find out who is better to Allah. Is it the magician or the monk, the person who worship Allah? And then he said, but he know, like he said, oh Allah, like the monk make more sense. He said, oh Allah, if the monk is better to you than the magician, then kill that animal with that rock, small rock. And then he threw the rock, and then that lion died. And then the people, they say, oh, this young boy, they know that he used to go to the magician. They say that this boy has big knowledge. And then that boy, after that, his teacher, the monk, he said to him, young boy, now you reach to a level that I did not reach to it. You are better than me right now. And because you are closer to Allah than me, because of this miracle that happened to you, then Allah will test you. You will go through a big fitna. So if they ask you who teach you this, do not tell them about me. And then, subhanallah, later on, this young boy, he starts making some miracles. By, like subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he give it to whoever he wants. Has a pure heart. He used to make the people who are born blind. And he just say, make dua for them. If they believe in Allah, he say, you believe in Allah, and I make dua for you, and Allah will make you can see again. So he did that. Somebody who has a skin disease, exactly like some of the miracles of Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. So one of the people who used to stay with the king, he heard about this young boy. He said, I heard that you have a knowledge, you can return my eyesight back to me, and I brought a lot of gifts for you. He said, it's not me, I do not make any magic, and I cannot do anything of my own. It's my Lord. He said, what is that? And then he told him, teach him about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, if you believe in Allah, I'll make dua to Allah to return your eyesight back to you. He said, I believe if he return my eyesight, I believe in him. And then he made dua for him, and then he believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then that blind person, he went back to the king, and he said to him, who made you can see again? He said, my Lord. He said, do you have another Lord other than me? He said, my Lord and your Lord is Allah. And then he start torturing him until he told about that young boy. He told about the young boy. And then they tortured the young boy until he told about the monk. So the king, then he has the three, all of them right now. The blind person, the monk, and the young boy. He said, I will kill each one of you a different way of killing. And then he got the blind person. He said, if you don't believe in me as your Lord, I'm going to kill you. He said, I believe in Allah. And then he said, bring the saw, the middle saw, and then they put on the top of his head, and then they cut him into two halves, and he died. They say he killed the monk also. And then he wanted to kill the young boy. He said to his soldiers, take him to the middle of the sea and then throw him there so he can drown. And they took him, the young boy, and then he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The small boat, they say qurqur, like a small ship, like a small one for few people. And then he said, oh Allah, protect me from them with whatever means you want. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the sea like become very angry, a lot of waves, and then the boat shake, and then the soldiers, they fall off and they get drowned, and then the young boy come back to the king walking. He said to him, what happened? He said, Allah protected me and killed them. He said to other soldiers, take him to the top of the mountain, throw him from the top of the mountain. And then he made the same dua, Allah protect me with whatever means you want. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the mountain shake very hard. The soldiers, they got killed from the top of the mountain. And then the young boy came back to the king walking. He said, how did you do that? He said, Allah saved me and he killed them. He said, you cannot kill me until you do this. You take me, you put me on a tree, and you crucify me in front of the people, and then you take some arrows from the bag on my back, and then before you start shooting, you say, in the name of the Lord of the young boy. This is the only way you kill me. SubhanAllah, brave young boy. He want to prove to the people that nobody can kill him except his Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then once he said that, in the name of the Lord of the young boy, start shooting, and then it exactly like happened in the spot on one of the side, like the arrow killed him in this does not kill. Like when an arrow comes to your side of your face, it does not kill. But this is how Allah make it easy for him to die easy way. So he died as a shaheed. And this is exactly how they found him during the time of Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anh. At this moment, the people, once they see this, and the person who is calling, in the name of the Lord of the young boy, everybody is listening. Then the people, they say, oh, we believe in the Lord of the young boy, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At this moment, what the king was scared of, it already happened. The people, his town, believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he asked his soldiers to make a big holes and make a big fire in it, and whoever does not return from that religion, then throw him in it. فأفحموه فيها أو أقحموه فيها, like make him, fire him with that in that fire, put him in that fire. And the king is sitting there, and his big people around him, they are sitting watching what is happening. And then in Sahih Muslim, this hadith is narrated by Imam Muslim. He said one of the women who were going there, she was carrying a baby. This has happened few times. The Prophet ﷺ, he told us that he said to her, like she got a little scared. She has a baby, her and her baby. He said, Ummah, my mother, like get inside the fire, you are on the right religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like enter the fire because we are on the truth. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it, this story, for people not to compromise with their own religion. Even if even if you lose your life. Because the Prophet ﷺ, he told us in one hadith, دينك دينك لحمك دمك. Your religion, take care of your religion, take care of your religion, exactly as you take care of your own flesh and your own blood. Nobody, you don't let anybody to like cut your flesh or make your blood go on the street. Huh? So we exactly protect our religion the same way. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inshallah make us protect our religion in the best way inshallah. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد.